frosty dinghy, and I'm the dolphin, and you're the flounder.
Well, I guess. I think it should be Dr. Parker, but... All right, here we are. Another fun-filled episode of Frosty Dinghy. Got Caged Dolphin and the Flounder here. Cope, how you doing?
We were doing great this morning. Woke up in a good mood until I started watching TV. Now we got problems again. I'm tired of sequels screwing up franchises, especially movie franchises. I mean, the most recent one is Now You See Me. You watched the first one of those, right?
No.
You haven't even seen the Now You See Me series? Well, it's about magicians that, are trying to not be discovered, and they're doing shows and get away with it, trying to become part of the eye, right? They're trying to be really, really good magicians. Well, they made a second movie, which is along the same lines of the first one, which was really good because, they're running from the cops trying to get in to be part of the eye. Now they're turning them, according to what I watched on the trailer, they are turning them into the good guys, where they're using them to go after the bad guys, which is totally against the entire premise of the beginning of their movie series. It's the same damn thing that they did in the Fast and the Furious, to where they tried turning them into superheroes instead of just car thieves and racers and street racers and stuff like that. It's getting downright ridiculous. You can't just take a series and turn them into cops or superheroes. It don't work like that.
Well, I had heard part of the problem now with Hollywood is people don't want to pay money for stuff that's like not based off of anything. There's no new ideas because no one wants to spend money on it because they don't want to risk losing $60 million on a picture that doesn't have any history, basically. So that's why the sequels and all that are becoming more and more popular right now, is because people don't want to risk spending $60 million on a movie that might make 12.
Well, the death of that was when we've advanced past DVDs and VHS tapes and being able to rent them that way, because a lot of movies that flopped in the box office made their money on the back end through the constant CD and VHS rentals. Now it's all streaming, and people aren't figuring out how to get money off of that yet.
Well, and that's just it. Like some of all of everybody's favorite movies weren't really big hits in the box office. Boondock Saints didn't do shit in the box office. Big Lebowski, I don't believe, was a big hit in the box office. Fargo, not a big hit in the box office. All this is Dazed and Confused. Not a big hit at the box office. It all became famous afterwards. That's where it got its following, was the VHS and DVD sales. And that's part of the problem with the streaming now. It's like, I remember when my family first got out away from DirecTV or whatever the hell we were doing, and we're like, oh, streaming's cheaper. And anymore, by the time I fucking do have my fucking YouTube TV so I can watch live shit for like football, and then you throw in Netflix and Disney Plus and fucking Paramount and fucking, Peacock and all the other fucking streaming services you have to have now to fucking be able to watch anything you really want to watch. It's way the fuck more expensive. And then you throw in the fact that ESPN and Netflix now, they, oh, hey, we want you to pay for our non-commercial videos. So not only do you want me to pay fucking however much a month for watching your videos, if I don't pay the extra, now I have commercials. ESPN has ruined Red Zone by, it used to be 7 hours commercial free football. Now it's full of fucking commercials. So fuck off, ESPN. Guess who didn't get fucking Red Zone this year? This fucking guy. So yeah, I personally I thought streaming was awesome at first. Now, fuck, I'll go back to the fucking early 2000s and the fucking whatever it was. I can't even remember what the cable was we had at the time. Fucking the
Mediacom.
shit. Uh, yeah, MediaCom, but the fucking big ass fucking box and the fucking guy that takes 3 hours to get through all the channels. But you know, fucking watching the commercials. I tell you what, it was better than fucking this shit where I gotta get on a fucking app on my phone to see where the fuck some movie's being streamed at.
I don't know. I enjoy the streaming because I don't get into whatever stuff you get into that has all the commercials, because for some reason I don't run into that with my streaming service. But uh, I enjoyed being able to watch an entire series at once and not having to be kind and rewind. But if you don't watch them live right on when that comes out, you can get away with not having the commercials in it a lot of the times. Because on all the series I pull up, I can just watch them straight through with no problem. But when you try watching them live, you got to put up their commercial crap.
Yeah, I'll deal with some commercials here and there anymore. For the longest time, I'm like, I don't want to watch this shit. We would do the DVR on everything and then fast forward through commercials. Then they got rid of that, you being able to do that. And it's like, you know what? Why am I paying for this shit? And I don't watch that much anyways. It's if it wasn't for the NFL, I wouldn't even have live TV right now. It would just be a couple streaming services and that'd be it. So, uh, yeah, there you have it.
Well, I personally like the streaming aspect of it because I hated paying the. Well, I did have a $350 a month cable bill for some reason. Got to love the neighbors for signing me up for shit while I'm at work, which is rather exciting. I didn't know they could do that, but apparently they can. So the reason I hopped on that whole sequel thing, other than them ruining movies, is we've had discussions offline quite a bit about movies and sequels of movies, which are still movies, surprisingly. But some of the better sequels that have been out there, I know that you've enjoyed. Let's see if you agree with the old internet over here on the sequel being better than the original. Can you think of any of them that you think would be on that list?
Well, if Terminator 2 is not on that list, it's wrong.
Terminator 2. Let's see. I know it's on the list, but it is number 15 overall on the
Well,
list.
it's better. Terminator 2 is better than T1. Let's be honest.
By far.
I guess I don't know. I mean, you could say National Lampoons, but they have like 5 movies. So, I mean, so the first one was just straight vacation, which was great. Fucking, they take them to Wally World, but Christmas Vacation blows that fucking one out of the water.
And
European
that
Vacation.
the sequel.
What?
That's the Christmas Vacation is the one that they have as the best sequel
Yeah.
in the vacation story. And to go
And
back to your Terminator 2 one, they're chalking up the reason that Terminator 2 was better than 1 was Arnold had more speaking parts in the second one, because in the first one he was still struggling learning English and couldn't talk very well. So they waited until he could at least do the robot voice in 2 to give him a lot of lines.
Well, I guess that's fair, but yeah, I mean, as far as other sequels go that were better than the originals, I guess those were the two that I absolutely, off the top of my head, I'm like, they are way better than the fucking originals, right? I'm sure there's more. I don't have a list on me. I guess let's go through the list and we'll discuss it.
Well, there's one I want to bring up because it hits us pretty close to home because we watched it all the time. Lethal Weapon 3.
Yeah. So Lethal Weapon 3 was great. I even enjoyed 4. I thought that was a good story. That was the one with Jet Li or whatever the fuck his name is, where they.
You got it right. Look at you go.
So yeah, I enjoyed all the Lethal Weapons, to be honest, but Lethal Weapon 3 it was pretty good. Joe Pesci in that one is funny as shit. Uh, Yeah, I do enjoy Lethal Weapon 3 in particular. Yes, a good movie.
The second one was a little slow. I mean, it was a filler movie, but the first one was good. Second one was a filler movie. Third one brought the franchise back home hard. It's the
It
best
was
one by far.
great.
And
Yep.
then four was a great finale for it. I mean,
Yes, it finished
it
the
was a good
story.
way to go out. It's not really the end of the story, but it was the end of the story for many, many years until that TV show came out.
It's Twilight, you pick.
It's fried rice, you prick.
Your
So
baby,
another
my baby.
getting Butters in there.
Oh
Thank you.
fuck, Chris Rock was so fucking hilarious in that movie. God, it was good.
So they got another one that they threw out there as a sequel that was better than the original, which I I think the first three movies were really, really good in this whole series, but they have Born Supremacy being better than the original Born.
Well, I guess to be 100% honest, I guess you would have to tell me the order that they came out in again. It's been
So
too long since
it was
I've watched
Born
them.
Identity. It was
Right.
Born Identity, Born Supremacy, and then Born Ultimatum.
Okay, I'm not sure if I've seen Born Ultimatum, to be fair. If I have, I don't even remember it. The Born Identity I thought was an awesome movie. Great. Born Supremacy, I kind of remember a bit. I kind of remember just feeling like I mean, I don't know. I didn't enjoy it as much. I really did like the first one though. So if they're saying that the sequels are better, I would say I don't even remember the sequels that well, so they must not have been that good.
Well, the second one starts off with them killing his girlfriend,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
then him going to get redemption for it,
Yeah. What
and then you can
once
go
again,
on and put in.
that's them forcing a movie off of something that was such a great hit to begin with that it just I don't know, it felt forced. I didn't really like it. The first one was amazing.
So after the ultimatum, they brought in Born Legacy and brought in a totally different actor to play the role of Jason Bourne, but it wasn't Jason Bourne. It was just another operative like Jason Bourne. And then they brought back another one after that called Jason Bourne, where they brought Matt Damon back and tried to wrap up the series with. I thought that one fell off the hardest out of all of them, but I understand why they needed to wrap it up.
I would say my favorite videos right now on TikTok, maybe not right now, but some of my favorite videos are when you see the completely unathletic people trying to do like parkour or some shit like that. And then it goes to the clip of the guy saying, Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne. Oh fuck. Those fucking videos make me laugh every time I see them. And I shouldn't laugh because it's mean, but they're fucking hilarious. That's
So
Jason
you
Bourne.
have seen parts of Ultimatum then.
Okay, is it
Just that clip is off Ultimatum.
well, I've seen that movie, so
So you have seen Ultimatum.
okay, then I have. Then once again, it wasn't memorable enough for me to even give a shit about it, I guess.
That a boy.
But I mean, and the funny thing is sequels can go both ways, but that's how it is. It's like so everybody hates Caddyshack 2, right? Fucking Caddyshack 2 is fucking dog water. But there's some fucking lines in it that I still quote today. You know, we're going me and my poor wife. We're going through the
I've been saying
grocery.
that for years.
We were walking through the grocery store yesterday, and we're looking for pumpkin pie mix shit because she makes these awesome fucking pumpkin bars. They're great. And I said, "Oh, probably buy the canned vegetables," and she's like, "It's a fruit." And of course, I respond with, "Keep your eye on the fruit." I mean, this Caddyshack 2 I mean, overall, it was a terrible fucking movie, but there were some lines that about had me in fucking tears. I was laughing so fucking hard, and that was one of them. Keep your eye on the fruit.
Old Dan
Oh,
Aykroyd.
fuck, it was good. If I pull out the arrow, will you suck out the poison?
Yeah, I thought I found some of that movie to be rather entertaining, but the main principle of it was they were just trying to piss off the uptight people that own the golf course. So
Yeah, yeah.
always got to get behind that.
Well,
And
and
you did notice that Happy Gilmore 2 kind of played off Caddyshack 2. I mean,
we definitely talked about that. We distinctly mentioned that after we talked about Happy Gilmore 2. Other sequels that weren't as good as the original, but just have some spots that are hilarious. The Major Leagues, Major League 2, Major League 3. Major League 3, not as much. Major League 2, Rube makes that movie. When they're in spring training and he's having his little bitch fit because he can't throw the ball back to the pitcher. They're going to send me back to Omaha and I don't even live there. Oh, fuck. It's it's just one of those things that movie, it once again, it's an okay movie, but some of the single lines are way greater than the sum.
the major issue that I have with Major League 2 is Wesley Snipes and Omar Epps are not interchangeable. They
Well,
are
no,
not.
they're not. But Wesley Snipes was like hiding in France because of his tax evasion deal. So
I don't care.
yeah, well,
Pick
they weren't going to.
somebody that looks similar to Wesley Snipes then. Not
Well,
the muscle bound guy that apparently beefed up and got a movie career in the off season. You got to write a whole new character for and stick him in the Edgar skin.
uh, that's a good reference there. That's a good reference there.
But yeah,
Uh,
I mean, they had to rewrite the whole character to fit a bigger person in there. Don't get me wrong, love Omar Epps in his movies, but he is not Wesley Snipes. He is not built like Wesley Snipes. He can't steal bases. He's not fast. Other than that, I like the second movie. Now back to the miners. Back to the miners, they totally made it a light-hearted, funny
yeah,
movie, not without hardly any plot to it other than
if it
Dorn.
was that was just a Bob Uecker movie. Let's be honest. If it wasn't for Bob Uecker, that movie is trash. Like
I wouldn't say it's trash. I'd say it was exactly what they wrote it for, with or without
Bob
Bob
Uecker
Uecker.
movie. Although that was probably, I don't know if I remember Walter Goggins in anything before that movie. That might have been the Walter Goggins Welcome to Hollywood.
It wasn't the maintaining of Scott Bakula's career,
No, no.
showing off
Although
Serrano and
I was going to say, although Serrano, I think probably got his kickoff for his Allstate commercials from that movie.
Allstate could have came from being Featherstone. What was that?
I was getting ready to blow my nose, so I had it on mute. I don't remember Featherstone.
From Necessary Roughness, the one with Don't Throw It to Stone Hands. Featherstone's off to the races.
Yeah, but that wasn't the Allstate guy, was it?
Yes, it was. It's the Allstate
No
guy.
shit.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll pull it up really quick, double check my math. Since I have the Google machine Googling this morning, I spelled that not be the same person.
I think I had that.
Maybe. Now it won't let me do what I was doing, so I have to do it this way. Featherstone was Dwayne Davis. Oh, that's who he was. Dwayne Davis is the linebacker in the program.
Still not the Allstate guy.
No, he's still not the Allstate guy. Well, shit. That makes me unhappy.
Well, all our fans in Norway are going to be making fun of you for that one.
Dennis Haysbert.
Yep. Serrano.
That's his name. Yep. So I got my people mixed up today. So I apologize,
Fastball.
Mr. Allstate Man. And I'm sorry I made fun of the program linebacker. Please don't come kill me with your broken leg. I'm going to beat Punk out behind my mask.
Fastball, I hit it very well. Curveball. That's afraid. I offer Jobu, cigar, rums. You will come.
So now that I've made an ass out of myself over that franchise, I'm going to run away from it for a minute.
All right.
And we're going to check your cartoon knowledge. See how you like this one. Wreck-It Ralph.
I love the first one. Oh yeah, I love the first one.
Have you seen Ralph Breaks the Internet?
Yes.
They're saying it's better than the first one.
I don't
think it's better.
I don't know if it's better than the first one.
It has a better message than the first one.
I don't know if it's better than the first one, but it's pretty fucking funny.
The first one you can't beat the first one in that series. That movie was awesome. It made me actually like cartoons again for a minute.
Yeah,
but the second one was good. I still watch it. I mean,
I don't hate that argument. Like I said, I don't know if it's better than the first one, but the first one is so good that it's funny as shit.
Little duty head, little duty baby.
Yeah. I mean, and realistically, a lot of those kids' movies, I guess, or cartoons, or what do you want to call them, have some really great sequels. I mean, like Toy Story, there's 4 of those, I believe. Every one of them's great.
Hold hands in the furnace. Of course I'm going to cry.
Yes. Bawled my fucking eyes out. Like I was waiting for The Incredibles 2 to come out before it was ever announced. They like kept remaking every other fucking Pixar movie, giving them sequels, and they were like hating on The Incredibles, and finally it came out and it was great. I really do enjoy Pixar. They've done a great job. They really have. All the Cars movies. I don't know if you want to count Planes as a sequel.
They say Cars 2 is a shitty sequel. It's been voted that it's a shitty sequel.
Well, they're wrong. There's once again, and once again, some of the lines are what make the movie to me. Like, don't eat the pistachio ice cream. It has turned. And he didn't realize it was wasabi. Like, he thought it was pistachio ice cream. Like, it really is a good movie. Yeah, if you want to, I mean, you can tear down whatever you want. But once again, like, I think back to Cars 2 and I smile and I enjoy it.
I've seen Cars 2 in more than like quick clips because I didn't have the kids to watch it with, but I did watch the first Cars. And I think I've seen the second one, but I can't really remember it that well. So is that the one where they're racing in Italy?
Yeah. Yep. So they do the world Grand Prix, and Mater gets mistaken for an American spy. It's basically If Looks Could Thrill, or whatever the fucking Richard Greco movie was in Cars terms. Richard Greco.
Greco. Okay.
No, I say it wrong. Ask my wife.
It's not Greco-Roman wrestling, sir.
On the memes I see.
The memes? Are you going to call it GIFs as well?
Yeah. So, irregardless.
Another series that made it in, that they said that the sequel was worse than the original. And, oh, wait.
Worse or better?
Hold on. I read that backwards. I think it's worse. They think it's better.
I was going to say.
Hills Cop 2.
Oh.
I think the first one's the best one out of that series. I really do.
Was there only 2 and then they came out with the third one here a couple years ago, or was there 3 before and this was a 4th?
There was 3 before. Because remember the third one was Wonder World.
Yeah,
at the park. That was the
And
worst
that,
one.
no, I fucking
Even
enjoyed the
even
shit
though
out of that
Okie
one.
Dokie pushed me. Mom, Okie Dokie pushed me.
Oh, I really did enjoy that one. I
I
don't
didn't
know
say
if
I
I'd
didn't
call.
enjoy it, but
I don't. The original is so good. I don't know how the sequels were supposed to match, but old cousin Balky and fucking 3 was hilarious. I
he is
can't. I
also in
can't.
one.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
but
can't.
he
I
skipped.
can't. Yeah, I can't remember his real name, but his comeback was great with his accent thing that he
Serge.
was.
His name is
Yeah,
Serge.
Sedge. Yes. Oh fuck. It was. I enjoyed the movie. I'm not going to say it was better than one by any means, because one was
One
fantastic. It
was
was just
one was the best.
it was a different type of movie though. 3 was supposed to be more comical. It was supposed to be more lighthearted, where 1 was supposed to be the action drama. Kind of like with the Lethal Weapon series. 1 was very drama, very action. And number 3 got into some more of the jokes, and I don't want to say family friendly, but it was. I mean, so I think Lethal Weapon was kind of the same way. Uh, so yeah, they're the same franchise, but they're 2 different types of movies. I don't think they even belong in the same genre.
I think 1 and 2 on Beverly Hills Cop are the same principles. Both of them are retaliation movies for someone being killed. That's the premise. That's how they start. The third one, they tried bringing that same aspect in, but it was a different brand at that point. They were trying to do a little bit more family friendly on that one, I believe, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's same with like you said, the end of the Lethal Weapon series turned into a little bit more family friendly and not so straight action movies.
Right.
I'll agree with that one. Another one that they have on this fun list of the sequel was better, and I'm not sure how much you got into this. I remember it a little bit, but Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade is better than the original Indiana Jones.
Wow. The Last Crusade, I would say yes. I really did like The Last Crusade. I thought that was fabulous. I haven't seen the latest one. Uh, but Sean Connery's great in it as Indiana's dad. Um, really good movie. Temple of Doom was fabulous. Great. Um,
That was the first one.
yeah, it such a good story too. Like I I remember them sitting there eating the monkey brains as like dessert or whatever. Like, it was almost traumatizing as a fucking kid to see that, right? Yeah, Last Crusade, great.
The whip and the gun,
Yeah.
where that was an improvised scene
Oh, where the
because
guy was like whipping the
where
whip
he
and
just
look
shoots
trying
him.
to get.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was supposed to be a big fight scene,
that's
and
that's
and that's
hilarious.
what Harrison Ford came up with because he was tired.
I like it. I think that was the
He thought that
best.
that was more appropriate, so he went
And,
with that,
and
and they
he
left it in.
and he was right. He
Yeah,
was right. That
that was
was
the
great.
best scene of the movie, if I remember right. That's something I'd heard. I don't know if I heard it on the TikTok or if it was an actual fact that I heard, but either way, I like it. I'm keeping the fact, even if I'm wrong. Sure, the internet will tell me if I'm wrong,
Well, you know,
but that's what I heard. That's my rumor.
I like it.
That's my take for the day. Well, probably not, but no, I think it's in the Beverly Hills, the Lethal Weapon, and this one. It's hard to say that the sequel's better. It really is, because the first movie set such a hard foundation for the series that you can't really say that any of the sequels really outshined the first movie, because that's what grabbed the entire audience, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, and one thing I found is on these articles that people put on the interweb about this shit, stuff like this, it's clickbait, right? They
Yeah.
want you to click, they want to get the conversation going. That's how they get their clicks, that's what gets them money. So whoever wrote this article today, you win, because here we are talking about it on our podcast that's listened by dozens and dozens of people that we know personally, and one guy in Norway.
So you got to stop forgetting the Netherlands, Mexico, Canada,
Uh,
Australia. You got to get them all in there.
what
And Denmark,
would
don't forget Denmark.
so? Can we just claim the Baltic then now? Can we officially be the most popular American podcast in the Baltic?
I would love it. Baltic Avenue is right up my Monopoly play. So
I think this is completely non-fact check. There's no fact checking. It's not allowed. Don't fact check. But I am pretty sure Frosty Dingy is the number one podcast
in
the
Baltic.
Baltics, done by two 40-year-old white guys from America.
40.
Well, we're
Kinda
in our
pushing it. We're
40s.
on the other side. We're on the higher side of the 40s than the lower at this point.
Well, I'm not claiming 50s yet, motherfucker. So speaking
Dude,
speaking
we're
of
staring
fun,
down the barrel of 45s. That's what we're doing.
Yeah,
We're staring down the barrel
that's
of
right.
45s.
So speaking of fun stats, last Saturday I was announcing some youth football games. Right there, the youth 8-man football was playing here in town, and they asked me to announce the games over the PA. I'm like, absolutely, I love it. It's great for the kids. It brings something to the games. It really does. I wish somebody would have announced my kids' games, because, anyways. So we're in timeout. I'm like, all right, it's trivia time. Who led the NFL in rushing in 1993 on Thursdays? And immediately I get the text from my buddy, and he's like, trick question. And I'm like, oh no, you forgot about the Thanksgiving Day games. And he's like, oh damn, you're right. So yeah, I thought that was pretty good. The fact.
Barry
So
Sanders,
anyway, nope, wrong game.
Emmett Smith.
So nope, didn't even lead his team in rushing that day. So I would say this: the game is better known not for the rushing, but for the end of the game. So it was the Cowboys and Dolphins, and it was sleeting in Dallas, right? So it's kind of
Leon Lett.
icy. It is the Leon letdown game
Yep.
where the Dolphins were going to kick the field goal to win the game towards the end of the game, and the Cowboys blocked it. And if they just let the ball roll on the ground, the play's dead, the game would have been over. But for some reason, Leon Lett decided to try to pick the ball up and run with it. And he dropped it and gave it back to the Dolphins. And they got it down to the 1, and they ended up kicking a game-winning field goal. So yeah, that was the game.
Yeah, see, but you still haven't told me the leading rusher, which is
Keith
how
Byers.
this conversation started.
Keith Byers.
Yep.
But he was with the Dolphins. I think the best part about it was I finally, like, the next time out or whatever, I said, the answer to the question was Keith Byers, and all you hear is one guy from the crowd go, yes! So either it was great timing on his part and a great sell, or he actually got it. And either way, I was there for it. I popped. I thought that was great.
Nice. How in the hell did we get from movies to you doing NFL trivia?
I
Yeah.
don't remember.
And the last thing we were talking about was Indiana Jones.
I'm not exactly sure. We'll have to throw the red flag on that and review that later, I guess. I don't remember how that timeline went.
And honestly, when you started talking about the 8-man football games, I thought you were going to bring up
our favorite 8-man football team, the Montezuma Indians.
6. They are not the fucking Indians. If you're going to call them your favorite team, one of these times you're going to have to call them the Braves. Just once.
Well, when we can get Coach on to do a quick interview with us on a Sunday morning, then I'll start calling them by the right name.
You won't?
Yeah, I will.
Next thing you know, it's going to be the Tomahawks, and then it's going to be the
Don't be giving away the next week's name.
Guams or some stupid fucking shit you read on the internet.
But yeah, they're continuing to win. They got a bunch of teams ahead of them that are really good. Yeah, it's fun. It's kind of cool following a team I really knew nothing about before June.
All because of a golf tournament.
I wonder if this is what European people do when the NFL comes over and they're like, yeah, I'm going to follow the NFL. What team are we going to follow? I don't know. We're going to follow this team. They came over here. So now there's all these
helmets.
Yeah. Well, I remember what was it? Probably 99, 2000, 2001, we all decided we were going to become NASCAR fans because we're in the redneck capital of the world, Oskaloosa. And so we all picked out a car or a driver or whatever we were going to cheer for. And I can't even remember who I picked. That's how much I got into it. But that's kind of how we decided, hey, I don't even remember who you picked.
Kevin Harvick.
All right.
That was the only year Kevin Harvick won it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even remember who I picked, but I was a big fan for a race and a half, and then I became a much bigger fan of the cold alcohol that was being drank during the race.
That's how it started anyway.
Yeah, probably.
It started because Kenny Grubb and I went to New Mexico to Roswell, and then came back, and everybody picked NASCAR people because we made money down there on it.
Oh, see, I don't even remember how it started. I just remember we all picked cars, and I didn't really care back then, and I care less now.
And isn't that around the time that Days of Thunder came out?
No, Days of Thunder came out fucking like 15 years before that. Although that might have been about the same time that Wentworth got his surround sound system hooked up. And so we were watching a lot of Days of Thunder and like Top Gun and Matrix just because of the audio.
That was my system that we did that on.
No, this was rooms. No, this was at his parents bought that house, and they did this addition and connected the garage, and the garage just got turned into that theater.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So
yeah, that was after my stuff. So yeah. So going back onto the movies thing, and something I think you might find interesting, since we talked about your love of the Bourne movies that you didn't even know you watched. Matt Damon, rough estimate, how much money has been spent in the movie industry on rescuing him?
Like legit money rescuing?
No, in his if you figured up in a movie how much money it cost taxpayers to go get Matt Damon in his movies and bring him home, how much money has been spent to bring Matt Damon home in his movies?
Well, total. I mean, we're talking, the government has $15,000 toilet seats. So to go pick him up from all the places he's been, let's go $1.7 billion.
You're not even close. Not even in the realm of close. $900 billion in change to bring Matt Damon home.
That's a fictional number anyways, so.
Well, you got to figure it out that he's been rescued 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times by the government. The cheap ones that he was rescued were $50,000. And that was in, what's the hell name of that one? Kenya, where they had to get a Middle East private security return flight. Green Zone, where they had to use an army transport. Those were both $50,000 a piece.
Yeah,
you got Courage Under Fire. You remember that movie?
I don't know what dork came up with these, But this guy really needs a girlfriend.
I don't know, dude. How much do you think it cost to rescue him on Interstellar? How much was the spaceship to save him?
Okay, so that one, yeah, that one's probably fun. I thought for some reason I was thinking we're just talking about fucking Bourne. Yeah, Interstellar.
No,
of course,
not just Bourne, all of Matt Damon movies.
So obviously Interstellar is just fictional anyways. It doesn't really count. So that might as well be in
They're all
Quasar.
fictional. They're all movies.
Right, but we're not traveling in space. So hey, come with me as I go check out my roast. I need to give it a check real quick.
Gonna go smack your butt.
I'm sure this is a shock to everybody as I put on my glasses. I can't really see my phone as I wear these, but I like to be able to see anything else that's going around me. So yeah, I'm doing a Boston butt for my pulled pork for today for meal. I put it on about midnight last night. I got it going at 250 degrees. I don't know. Can I turn around the camera on here? I don't know if I can or not. Here, we'll just.
Yeah,
let me turn on. I don't even see a flip switch. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look here. Let's see what we got. Nelly, I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, we can see her.
I gotta check temperature, see if it's ready to be wrapped. Because if it's wrapping time, that means wrapping time's the best time. So for people that are not into smoking meats, what happens is, so when you try to do like a pulled pork and a brisket, you're trying to get all the collagens and the fats rendered out of it, basically cooked out of it. And it makes it really, that's what makes it so tender and juicy, is all the fats that have been basically completely cooked out of it. They're just dissolved. The problem when you do this is because what happens is the meat itself will start to, the meat temperature will stall because all the liquid is being evaporated out of the meat. So it starts to kind of like dehydrate a bit. So the way to help fix this is what you do is, so like I have my butcher paper here, and I need to go get my apple cider vinegar, and I will spritz it with apple cider vinegar and wrap it, and then it'll continue to cook. It'll help push it through the stalling of the meat, because it does. It just like stops cooking. It gets to a point where it's like, yeah, I'm not cooking anymore. So that's why I'm kind of down here checking this now, is because I don't want it to take until fucking tomorrow to get done, which it could possibly do. And I just noticed I put in my meat probe to check my temperature, and it wasn't going up. I'm like, what is going on? And I pushed my probe right through the meat all the way through. So, of course, it wasn't going up because it didn't have any meat that it was testing for temperature. So we're resetting that if it lost me there. And of all crimes against humanity, I was accidentally just tore off a piece. So I guess I'll get a little taste test here. That's fucking good.
It's fucking hot. Is that why you're doing the dragon breath over there?
Yeah. So, let's take a quick break.
Nothing's better than watching somebody pile meat in their mouth on the internet.
I guess that's the difference. Kobe used to do that on Saturday nights. Now you're doing it on Sunday mornings. So, hey, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's take a quick break. I need to go get my apple cider vinegar anyways. Well, I tell you what, let's do this. We can just talk. Just hold on. Here we go. Boom. Look at that. I turned off my video, so we can just continue to talk if you want. So, I don't even remember what the hell we were talking about previously.
It doesn't matter to me, man. Well, technically, we're talking about Matt Damon and the amount of money that has been spent, which Interstellar takes the cake on.
Well, I mean, I guess I don't remember what's the last estimate that places like NASA is estimating Mars cost on, right?
Oh, I have no idea.
I mean, the fact that we brought Interstellar into this and this number isn't hitting trillions, I guess, is a slight shock to me, honestly.
Well, this estimate was done in 2015, so
But
10 years
Interstellar,
ago.
Interstellar
is
came
when
out far
they put
enough
this
that,
together.
like, yeah, Interstellar came out long enough ago that, you know, that's how shit works.
It'd be in the trillions now, but at the time of Interstellar, that we were still in the billions on spending, not trillions. Like The Martian, they put The Martian at 200 billion
Okay.
to retrieve him from Mars, and that's
You
because
know,
the ship was already up there. I'm guessing because it figured in the cost of the ship to build one to go get him. But they're saying 200 million for that.
I got you. So
200 billion, not million.
yeah, I mean, I
So
guess
in other words, we've rescued Matt Damon 9 times. So it's
9
roughly
times.
$1 billion, $100 billion. Yeah.
Yeah,
8
once
times.
again,
My bad. 8 times we've rescued him.
really the question is, should we have saved him the first time?
I believe so. I believe he had a great career, and it made for good movies, but it's a hell of a lot of money to spend on bringing the same actor home over and over again.
Well,
One of the reasons I bring it up is
I was going to say, I assume one of the first time he was saved was Saving Private Ryan.
And that was where that's where we're tying it in to a double feature that these two kind of go hand in hand on. Saving Private Ryan also had Tom Hanks in it.
Yes.
Correct?
Oh, yeah. Obviously.
So, Tom Hanks has been voted the worst actor in movies to travel with.
The worst movie with actor. Okay, so
the worst character played by the same actor in movies to travel with.
Well, I guess that's fair. I mean, if you throw in Saving Private Ryan, where basically everybody dies, Castaway, where everybody else dies in the plane wreck, Sully, where he lands the plane in the Potomac, or whatever that river is. Yeah.
It was the Hudson.
Yeah, I could see where saying, yeah, hey, we're going to have Tom Hanks in this movie. Great. Tell me he's not traveling. Tell me this is a one location spot. Oh no, this is definitely, we're hitting multiple locations. I guess, okay, so then when do I die? I guess that would be the question after that. Because yeah, it's going to happen.
In one of his movies, nobody else died. Apollo 13, nobody died.
Yeah, that's true.
But it was a shitty trip.
Everybody survived, though.
Nobody in Sully died. I guess the birds died in Sully, the ones that took out the engines.
Yeah, the ones that took out the engines.
Captain
everybody
Phillips
died. Yeah.
Remember that movie?
Yeah. Well, I think only the terrorists died, right?
Where they, his first cargo ship get hijacked?
Yeah. Yep. Oh, only
Joe
terrorists died
versus
in
the volcano.
One. A great movie. Underrated.
Which one, Captain Phillips or Joe versus the volcano?
Joe versus the volcano. Great movie. Love it. I hate to guess. I bet that movie. I bet Joe versus Volcano came out in what, about 88?
I think somewhere around there. Here, I'll pull it up for you. We'll find out real quick.
Yeah.
1990.
Shit, I was way off.
Yeah. Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan.
That's a good duel.
So
they've done one or two movies together.
Huh?
Yes, I do. I have seen The Terminal. I really do like that movie. Hold on. All right. Yeah, I've seen The Terminal. I think Terminal's a great movie. I do enjoy that. It's kind of a funny circumstance where his country.
Audio.
Since you've been gone, I have a wrapped Boston butt roast in the smoker, which looks fantastic. Tasted great already. Not ready to pull yet. It still has a long way to go before it's ready to pull, unfortunately. But tasted great. Yes, Terminal. I love that movie. Hilariously unfortunate, I guess you could say. Guys in the United States in the terminal.
What we were actually talking about, which was the Tom Hanks worst person to travel with, and we haven't brought up the Da Vinci Code, because, that's sort of a travel movie, sort of a not
I
a travel
love that. I do love that movie. Actually, that is probably one of the last books I've actually read was the Da Vinci Code. Uh, I was kind of like Roy Kent in that episode where he's sitting around with Keeley and he's like, just like mind blown by the story.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed that movie. It was a great movie. Uh, I never saw the Road to Perdition. That's another
No.
one that they had on the list. But apparently that has to do with his family witnessed a mob murder or something like that, and his dad and him have to take off after testifying or something like that and run. So I never really saw that one. But I do want to kind of bring it back to Joe versus the volcano, because we have an actress in there that's with Tom in 4 movies total. Meg Ryan has been a Tom sidekick in quite a few movies, and they're all good ones.
Yeah.
I mean, you got I haven't seen Ithaca,
No,
but it
I'm
was
not either.
directed by Meg Ryan, and it had Tom and her as the 2 of the lead characters. But it's got great reviews. It's from 2015. But you got Sleepless in Seattle. That was a great movie,
And very entertaining.
cult classic, if we must. But my favorite Meg Ryan and Tom
Hold
Hanks
on,
movie.
hold on a second. That
Yeah.
might be more than a cult classic. That might just be a classic.
Yeah, classic.
I think that's just a classic. I don't think
A
there's
timeless classic, huh?
Yeah, I don't think that is just like because when I think of cult classics, I'm thinking of like Boondock Saints and Dazed and Confused, where it's a smaller group of people that are into it. I think Sleepless in Seattle is just a full classic. I think it's beloved by most.
All right. Well, I'll side with you on that one. I agree in that one. My favorite movie that they're both in together is You've Got Mail.
It's another enjoyable movie. I don't know if I like it as much as Sleepless in Seattle.
I like it better for the fact that kids today won't understand the power of the message in it.
That's 1,000% true. But yeah, it's a great movie too. Don't get me wrong. If the greatest wife in the world says, "Wes, we're watching one of these 2 movies tonight. Which one do you want?" I'm picking Sleepless in Seattle.
And I'm taking You've Got Mail.
So and that's cool. I think that goes, and I can't argue with you. I just prefer Sleepless in Seattle, and that's cool. I mean, that's one of those that, like I said, they're both great movies. I don't think it's a loser either way. It's just at that point it's preference, and let's be honest, as someone who is a self-admitted like architecture fucking dork, I love the fucking houseboat in Sleepless in Seattle. I look at that thing, and there's my dream. I want to live on a fucking houseboat in the Sound.
I was just happy that in You've Got Mail I could spell Fox, FOX.
Well, you know the best thing about living on a house, don't you?
What's that?
Or a house on a houseboat? No fucking yard work.
Yeah.
No
And,
mowing, no pulling weeds, no fucking overgrown trees.
He lived on a houseboat and You've Got Mail as well.
I guess I don't remember that as well. I just remember the one in Sleepless in Seattle.
Because his dad was living on a boat and he was living on a boat. Because they both lost their apartments and stuff to their ex-wife and ex-girlfriend.
All right.
So there's another tie together.
I
With Meg Ryan brings me back to Matt Damon, though. I'm just saying. Because she's in Courage Under Fire, which was a great movie.
don't think I've seen that.
That one's I believe it's actually a historical event that happened, but I'm not sure.
All right.
I think it's got Denzel in it. It does. It's got Denzel Washington in it. So that's one you'll have to watch. But where was I going with this? I had something else that I wanted to talk about on this. Oh, I just wanted to throw out the Batman rankings since we were on movies and worst and best and shit like that. There's 7 Batmen that are actual like movie actors. Do you know all of them?
No. Obviously I know Michael Keaton. He was like the first. Val Kilmer,
Yeah.
George Clooney,
Yeah.
and then at that point, it lost me.
You got Adam West, who is the original Batman.
Well, you said movies.
He was in a movie. They had the Batman movie. Yeah.
I guess I didn't. I don't know if I've ever seen that one. I remember when I was a kid coming down to my grandma's in Oakland, because they had Fox 42 in Omaha, and we didn't have Fox where we were living. We had no Fox broadcast. And I would wake up and watch the old Batman TV series on Fox 42 out of Omaha on
Omaha.
her. Yeah, grandma never had cable, so it was all over the air broadcasting. And yeah, Fox 42 played a lot of the old Batman shows. I remember like distinctly waking up really early. By really early, it was probably like 6. And where her TV was at, I would set up a pillow and I would lay underneath the blanket, and she had like one of the big registers on the wall. And this was always like Thanksgiving, Christmas time, so I'd put my blanket over the register, so it'd be about like 10,000 degrees underneath that fucking blanket, and just watch the shit out of the old Batman with Adam West and the guy that played the Joker, and it was a great TV series.
Yeah, I definitely
So
enjoyed that growing up as well.
so I guess I knew Adam West. I just didn't realize they made a movie with him.
And then you got the weird Batman, Robert Pattinson. Did you ever see that one? The Batman or whatever it was called?
No.
Yeah, that I hated that movie, but a lot of people said it was good. I'm not one of those people. And then the
Was
other
it-
Batman, what's that?
Wasn't like Christian Bale a Batman or something?
Christian Bale was a Batman. He was
Which
the
I've
Dark
never.
Knight Batman.
Okay, I've never
The
seen
one
it,
where
but
Bane comes out, and then Ben Affleck are the 7.
all right.
So they have them ranked in worst to best on here. I don't agree with the list, but it goes Clooney, then Affleck, Kilmer, West, Pattinson, Keaton, and Bale being number 1.
So I'm going to have to mark this incomplete because obviously I just admitted I haven't seen the Christian Bale. I don't think I've seen the Ben Affleck movies. So I don't have a frame of reference on them. I would say this: it seemed like DC's movies kind of went downhill after Marvel kind of came out with some of their stuff and just really kind of kicked DC's ass.
I agree.
Like the Batman movies from the 90s, the Superman movies from the 80s, I thought they were really good. And then like Marvel came out with X-Men, and DC I think kind of went in the tank at that point. Like they just couldn't get shit together, in my opinion. Aquaman, I was so excited for Aquaman. That was like my favorite member of the Hall of Justice from the cartoon, and that was just all right, dog. It was Marvel's really kind of kicking DC's ass, and that's just the bottom line because fucking West says so.
I think it's honestly because they developed their characters better. The
And,
one
I mean-
character I think Marvel fucked up is the Hulk, but all the rest of them they've done a good job with. Well, the new Captain America leaves something to be desired, but
Well, and it's comic book world, so it's all going to be weird. But like even the Deadpool and Wolverine, where they brought back all these people that a lot of the people that aren't actually into the comics never even fucking knew existed, was
you
great.
know about Gambit?
Yeah, and what's in Elektra, fucking Jennifer Garner. Anyways, yeah, it's and the fact that Wesley Snipes was in it for Blade, and I don't think people realized that was even back when Blade was awesome. I don't think people realized what Blade was. I guess maybe I'm omitting my dorkhood a little too much here with comics. I don't have any now. Haven't had any in a long, long time. But I was always entertained. I was always entertained by comics. So
I honestly think that, like you were saying, Marvel is kicking the shit out of DC. They are. They're getting higher pulls. They got better character development on it. And like I said, the only person that I think they really screwed up really bad is the Hulk, because they turned him into not a Hulk. He is an emo character now. And I wish they would have worked it out with Edward Norton and kept him on board and not gone with Mark Ruffalo. But
yeah, the Hulk's such an interesting character, to be honest. Like I mean, I remember the TV show, right? Which was great. It really was.
Lou
Um,
Ferrigno, I believe.
yeah, yeah. And the Hulk is just, it's a very tough character because he's supposed to like lose control, but he's a Marvel superhero and like, he's angry, but he can control it. But I don't know. He's an enigma. He's a tough one. And I think that's part of the problem DC has is you have Superman, which is the most powerful man in the world. Well, how does he not just kick everybody's ass? He's fucking Superman. The only thing that affects him is kryptonite.
Which is somehow plentiful on Earth when it
Yes.
came from Krypton. I don't
Yeah.
exactly know how that happened, but they find it everywhere somehow.
Yeah.
That's Superman's not an easy one to write either, but
Yeah, he was too powerful. He really was. And that's so
well, if you break down like the strongest characters in the like comic book universe, we haven't even gotten close to the ones with the most power yet. There are people that are way higher than everybody on the power list. It gets up close past the god powers and stuff like that to where they're not even physical beings. It's weird. I looked at the whole list one day and it was just staggering the amount of people I didn't even know existed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, before we
So-
dig too far into that, let's get out of that hole because
we're out of that hole. That's one of your homework assignments. We need to see which Batman that you can put in order one of these years. But I doubt
Yeah.
you'll get to all those movies.
stay tuned. Stay tuned for season 32.
Year 37 of us still doing a podcast. Which reminds me, speaking of comics, and I don't know how the hell we came to this, but we have been coerced into being in the next GalaxyCon.
I don't know. You got a turd in your pocket there? I don't know how you said we with that.
Yeah, that's a we thing. That's we are going to have to figure out how to do a podcast from GalaxyCon, and I'll pretty much be there 3 days, and we'll figure out how to get you some time in there. It'll be fun. I think it'll be exciting. You don't seem excited.
Yay!
You don't want to be in front of a bunch of people talking to people all the time like you used to.
I have found as I've gotten older, I'm an extroverted introvert or an introverted extrovert. I'm not sure how it goes. Once I get going, I'm fine, but I could give a fuck less if I talk to anybody most days. But once I do, it's fucking
You're
on.
the angry fucker on the couch.
That's right.
See, I figured, and this is how I figured it out anyway. I will probably be there the entire time because I am a social butterfly, apparently. But, and then you might stop by and, let the kids run around and look at stuff and hang out for a while on the couple days on the weekend. But I'm trying to figure out how to get it to where we can actually live stream the entire time we're there and do a podcast somehow while we're there as well.
That's high hopes. High hopes, my friend.
Hey, as long as I get the booth, I haven't heard back from it yet, but I told them I want to be right next to the Dirty Dursky. They have electrical and Wi-Fi there, so I think we got a shot. I just have to come up with extra cameras and all that fun stuff. So it's the goal for next year is to figure out how to go to Comic-Cons and live stream.
Yeah. Well, so you Norway, you'll know where we're at because maybe we'll have someone come see us.
Norway might actually be excited for all the characters that you see around there, along with, maybe we can get some people in Japan because their characters are all over Comic-Cons. I'm just saying.
All right.
You saw like a little bit of what's on Comic-Con just from Joey's posts, but should be interesting. I think it'll be fun. And Grok also says it's a good idea, so we got to go with Grok.
All right.
All right. So throw out either a Matt Damon movie or a Tom Hanks movie that somebody's got to see since we talked about him a lot on this one.
Well, So if
What's
we're
one of your
going Tom
favorite
Hanks, we got to go with Big. If you haven't seen Big, it is probably my favorite Tom Hanks movie. I love it.
Well, sell it. What's it about?
It is about a kid who could not get on a roller coaster because he was not big enough. So he went to the Zoltar machine and wished to be big, and he woke up and he was, I don't know, 30. Probably not even that old. And overnight. Imagine 13 going on 30 with Tom Hanks.
And back when toys were still toys.
That Toy Story
they
was
were more imaginative toys than interactive toys.
What it turns into like something cool, like a bug. Just comes in this meeting and says bug. Oh, this guy.
It was basically a fight between, corporate and children, basically.
Yeah.
Boiled down to in the toy department. So
that's right.
Since you took the Tom Hanks direction, I'm going to throw one out there that I am going to throw a challenge out to you, Mr. Parker. I am going to tell you to go grab The Greatest Wife in the World and throw in The Adjustment Bureau. Have you seen The Adjustment Bureau?
No.
So it is a Matt Damon movie where he is vying for Congress and an up-and-comer in the polls and all that stuff, one of the youngest senators to ever get elected. And he runs into Emily Blunt, who is a dancer and stuff like that. But the whole world, they don't know this, but the whole world is run by the Adjustment Bureau, which is like an oversight group. They have books where people are setting patterns and stuff like that. So it's kind of a struggle for Matt Damon to do what he wants and be with Emily Blunt, because the people with the books say it's going off the pattern of what's supposed to happen. And then it's the long love story throughout that realm. So I think you'd be interested in it. It's kind of like, in your terms, it's kind of like your favorite baseball movie that is also a love story for the love of the game. It's along that aspect of, the whole time he wants one thing and he's got to fight against other thing to get it back. See what I'm saying?
I got you.
So I challenge you to watch that movie and see what you think about that. That is my Matt Damon go-to.
I can tell you it's not happening this week. It's homecoming week here, baby.
The old HOCO?
Yeah. I'll be doing the alumni or booster club auction today. I'm going to be playing auctioneer here today. We got powder puff game tonight, home volleyball game Tuesday, away volleyball game Thursday. Friday night, of course, is the home football game, which I do the time clock for. So yeah, it's one of those things that it's a long, short week because there's not much time to do things other than the things you are going to do. So
I get it, man. Well, we'll let you get back to your roasting out there, and make sure you let us know how it was on the next episode of The Dinghy.
It sounds good.
All right, man. You have a good weekend.
I'd see it go.
It's called Frosty Dinghy, and I'm the dolphin, and you're the flounder.
Well, I guess I think it should be Dr. Parker, but